everyone, Joey here, and let me tell you, the Masked Singer is finally heating up. We have 5 contestants left. So right now, we're going to go through a lot of spoilers and go through all of the clues that were in this last week's video. Plus, on top of that, do the pitch correct to determine who these celebrities are. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell. Also, we're doing a giveaway next week, so make sure you're subscribed to this channel. But let's get started. For those who are new to the channel, I'm an audio producer whose job it is to find good audio to put on air. And when the audio is bad, I have to either pitch correct it or EQ it so that it sounds a lot better. And when they first aired The Masked Singer and we saw the clue videos, we saw that the celebrity's voice was sped up and then from there pitched up, so you want to know who it is. Me being me, I said I'm going to slow this down and pitch correct it so we can determine who's that celebrity's voice. And with the clues, we can also add them together and also find out who the celebrity is. This past week, spoilers, the person who was unmasked was LaToya Jackson as the alien, which with all the audio we've done, we got that right. So far, we've gotten every week right, with the exception of the first week, because we honestly didn't know what the show was. But to give you an idea what we do on here, I'm going to go ahead and play for you the original audio of the alien that Fox put together, and then from there compare it to what we pitch correct and an interview of the alien. So here we go, here's a clip of the original audio Fox put up.
Being in this competition has been such an incredible experience. I spent my entire life under a microscope, poked and prodded. And for the first time, I'm unknown.
Now here's a clip of our pitch correct.
Being in this competition has been such an incredible experience. I spent my entire life under a microscope, poked and prodded. And for the first time, I'm unknown.
And finally, here's a clip of LaToya Jackson talking in an interview a couple weeks ago.
Everybody is curious to know, meeting my family and outsiders as well. How was the transition and how are things going? And I was really nervous.
So as you can see, our crazy method here does work, and we have been getting them right every single week. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and play the audio for the other 5 contestants left on the show so that you can hear what everyone sounds like. We'll start off with the lion, then go to the rabbit, then go to the peacock, then go to the bee, and then lastly, the monster.
Down in the cabaret bars of old Chicago, I hear whispers and gossip as people seek me out. But I like that they still can't say my name. Here in Hollywood, you can lose yourself in a famous family. It's not like the bluegrass state I've known. I know I can't get too comfortable in the competition. It's scary. But with true grit and a diamond heart, I'll separate from the pack and build my own empire.
Nothing's been more satisfying week after week than showing off what I've got and standing out all on my own. Much of my career was spent in a herd, others pulling my strings. So it's nice to finally be the Puppet Master. I prepared for this since hanging tough in the Sunshine State. Being unmasked tonight would break my achy heart. The competition is cooking with some amazing singers. So now, the Puppet Master turns Ringmaster as I put my own twisted spin on a lovely classic.
I've been getting fan mail since I was a wee little pea-chick. After all, I started my career as a showbiz prodigy, and it's led me down many different magical paths. I've performed on stages, screen, I've hosted award shows, and I've accumulated fans all over the world, including knights, kings, and queens. But the crazy thing is, those fans don't even know I'm here. I am 1 performance away from the semifinal, and I am more determined than ever to outshine the rest of the singers.
So far on this show, I've been singing hits from today's music, but now that the competition is getting tougher, I'm going back to what I know best. A few of us queen bees got our groove on back then. So which one am I? Am I bringing a new attitude? Am I Superwoman? Am I proof that we don't need another hero? Am I giving you the best that I've got? Or do I buzz around a different beehive? I'll let you figure that out while I sing a sexy song from a very close friend.
Being here has given me a chance to share my true voice with the world. I've discovered a vulnerable side that I never knew I had. When I was just a little monster growing up down south, I had to stay inside because it was too dangerous out. Eventually, I discovered I had a gift. Pretty soon, I was living the good life. I was even winning awards. But out of nowhere, people started saying that I wasn't the real deal. It took me a long time to realize I couldn't let them make me a bad boy for life, so I came out from under the bed and decided to step back into the ring. My shot at the semifinals is all teed up, so tonight, I'm coming out swinging, and I hope the little monster in me will be proud.
So now you've heard what everyone sounds like. I do have to mention, Fox has kind of been figuring out what we're doing here. And if you listen to the Lions audio, who we think it is, if you notice there's a lot of distortion on there. I think they're purposely doing that. I can't get that out. Unfortunately, once distortion has been added to audio, there's nothing I can do. Now I'm going to go ahead and do an individual video for every single person left. But right now, we're just going to go through the clues that took place this past week. So, once again, more spoilers. The first contestant we're going to go through for the new clues is the rabbit. The first thing we saw was the rabbit kind of being held on by strings. The second one was the rabbit talking about being from the Sunshine State. Another one is the rabbit holding a plate of fried chicken. And the last clue that the rabbit said on the show is that he had 17 tattoos. Now, I do have to say that does add to one person that we've been naming this entire time, and that's Joey Fatone. You know, the string video is from NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. Here's a clip. Growing up in the Sunshine State, as you know, Joey was born in Brooklyn but raised in Orlando. So, Sunshine State, Florida is the Sunshine State. Next, talking about fried chicken. For those who don't know, Joey had his own cooking show. It was called My Family Recipe Rocks. I didn't know that either, don't worry. And finally, the last clue was 17 tattoos. And now everyone who was saying that it could be JC from NSYNC, JC has no tattoos, but Joey magically has 17 and said it's a rabbit. So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that this week's clues still point to Joey Fatone. The next contestant we're going to do is the Peacock. And we had a couple big hitters last night. What I mean by clues, because he talked about starting off his show as a business prodigy. In the clue video showing a framed picture of Department of Youth, it was kind of like in a frame. There's another, that's actually a really big clue. And lastly, he talked about hosting award shows. So, I mean, some of them are pretty broad, with the exception of the Department of Youth, but to go through it all, spoiler, I think it's Donny Osmond still, and we've been saying that every single week. When he talked about starting a career as a business prodigy, for those who don't know, Donny and Marie had 4 other brothers, and they started the Osmond Brothers Barbershop Quartet, and they were really big. They were on the Andy Williams show, and they toured around the country. So, being that Donny and Marie were younger, they were a business prodigy. So that really does work out. The next clue talked about that framed picture of Department of Youth, this clue right here. And this one was really like a nail in the coffin to figure this one out, because for those who don't know, Alice Cooper had a song called Department of Youth on the album Welcome to My Nightmare. And in that song, the lyric says, "Who's got the power and who gave it to you?" And the crowd screams back, Donny Osmond. Boom. That right there, my friend, is a big clue. And lastly, just talking about, he said he hosts a lot of shows and award shows. For those who don't know, he and Michael Jackson hosted the original AMAs, or the American Music Awards.
You know, Michael, you and I are in the same boat, really, you know?
You mean because we both sing?
Pretty cool. That actually is a really good clue, because in a previous video, which I could put up over here if you guys want, it talks about Michael Jackson and this contestant being friends. So, Donny Osmond is looking like. Next on our list is the Bee, and last night the Bee really didn't give us many clues. She talked about having 10 Grammys, and that she mentioned a lot of different queen bees that she grew up with back then, or performed with back then, such as Tina Turner, Patti LaBelle, and Anita Baker. I'll be honest with you, those really didn't help point out who that person is, but the Grammy does. For those who don't know, Gladys Knight has 7 Grammys, but she was also in another band, Gladys Knight and the Pips, and they have 3, making it 10 Grammys. Plus, altogether, I want to say she actually has 32 Grammy nominations, which helps us out with the 65 requirement that we need for the entire show. So, I'm still saying Gladys Knight. Next, we're going to go through everyone's favorite right now, which is the Lion. And I have to say, the Lion didn't really give us many new clues. When I went through the video and watched the show, she's just kind of repeating everything over and over again. She talks about referencing having sisters and going solo. The other, main clue that she had in the video was, with true grit and a diamond heart, I'll separate from the pack and build my own empire. Now, I think it's rumor Willis. And so far, the other clue video, which I could put up over here or over there, agrees with me. Referencing having sisters, Tallulah and Scout. Still, weird names for sisters, but I completely get that. And the only other thing that really stood out is when she mentioned Empire, because she was on the show Empire. Here's a clip of her singing. You got everything I need and then I want it. So not many new clues, but I'm sticking my grounds. I'm holding it. It's Roma Willis. And lastly on our list, and the 5th contestant, is the monster. Now, once again, the monster didn't give us too many, like, shout-out clues, even though I think he's going to be the one to win it. That's probably why. But I have to say, he's repeated things over and over again to the point to where it points to one person. Here are the main clues from last night. Being here has given me a chance to share my true voice with the world. 1, 2. When I was a little monster growing up in the South, I had to stay inside because it was too dangerous outside. Okay. And number 3, I couldn't let people make me a bad boy for life. Now, obviously, I still think this is T-Pain, and I'm going to tell you why. I mean, personally, when he talks about the true voice of the world, because everyone knows him for auto-tune, they don't know him for being a singer, even though he originally was a gospel singer, gone auto-tuned, and then from there, people didn't recognize him for his real voice. So now he wants to be recognized for his real voice, so singing his real voice. Next, about staying inside because it was too dangerous out. For those who don't know, he's from Tallahassee, and Tallahassee, in the area that he was from, was extremely bad. It was a very, very horrible experience for him, and it's actually what led to his name, T-Pain. Do you know what T-Pain stands for? Tallahassee Pain. It refers to his hardship in Tallahassee. Kind of cool, right? I don't think you probably knew that one. And finally, for the last clue, he says, I couldn't let people make me a bad boy for life. And that just kind of deals with the music industry. Everyone, like, the last note of what they know of T-Pain was, autotune sucks. That must mean T-Pain sucks, and he doesn't want to leave the music world known like that, as a bad boy, as a bad singer. So he wants to make his comeback and be known as a good singer because he can actually sing. So once again, I'm sticking my ground on T-Pain. T-Pain all the way, baby. So now, do you agree with me? Do you think this is BS what I'm doing over here? Do you not like it? Do you think the audio doesn't sound right? Comment below. If you think it's someone else, let me know. I would love to know. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell. I want to thank you guys for joining me. You guys are awesome. I'll put up more videos coming up next week, and we're doing a giveaway, so make sure you subscribe. And just for fun, because I don't know who actually stays to the end of the video, I want you in the comments section below, comment, I don't know, your favorite fruit. I want people to be guessing what the heck you're talking about. I think it'd be fun, right? If not, if it's just you and me doing it, then who cares? But it'd be fun to see how many people actually do it. But thank you again for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you later.
Money.